இப்போ கண்ணால பார்க்குறோம், பகவான் கட்டாட்சித்தானே நடக்கும். If we want to reach moksham, it is his kataksham. அங்கன்மா ஞாலத்தரச அபிமான பங்கமாய் வந்தனின் பள்ளிக்கட்டிற்கீழே சங்கமிருப்பார் போல் வந்து தலை பெய்தோம் கிங்கணிவாய் செய்த தாமரை பூ போலே சங்கன் சிறு சிறுதே எம்மேல் விழியாவோ. We all plead for the kataksham of Bhagavan, whereas in turn Narayana is expecting the kataksham of Mahalakshmi. We all expect the kataksham of Bhagavan for us to be salvated from this world and reach Vaikuntha. Whereas he, in turn, just looks curiously at the kataksham, at the lotus eyes of Mahalakshmi, waiting for her signal. Before she signals, Ishatvat Karuna Nirikshana Sudha Sandhukshana Drakshate Nashtam Prak. This universe was expecting Mahalakshmi kataksham and she saw. But for her, if anybody else glances at this prapancham, it will not recognize. Today was my topic on Chatusloki. I came to know of it only in the afternoon. When I was talking to someone, he told today is Chatusloki. How to make people understand that we all expect the kataksham of Lakshmi? Fortunately, he showed me a mobile phone. I wanted to make a call. I wanted to tell my son that I have reached Boston. I tried to call. It didn't work. I thought there must be some passcode. So I requested the person, can you make it work? What is a passcode? He said, my face is the passcode. He doesn't work with the password. Bring it to me. Then it was a face detection unit. It detected the face and only his face. It never recognizes anyone else's face. It recognizes only his face. I tried with my face. It was no use at all. With anybody else's face, no use. Immediately I got the solution to today's problem. I wanted to give you an example of Nashtam Praku Tadalabatas Tribhuvanas Tampatyanantoyayam. But for the face and glance of Mahalakshmi, this universe is totally dead and waste. It sprouts only when she glances. Nashtam Praku Tadalabhatah Sampratyanantodayam. Shreyo Nahyaravinda Lochana Manakanta Prasadadrite. Aravinda Lochana Manakanta. Quite a long name to Mahalakshmi. Why so? Can he not call her as Lakshmi or Madhavi or Madhav? Whatever he could have called. He says Aravinda Lochana Manakanta. One who is so loving, one who is so intimate to the manas, to the mind of Aravinda Lochana. She herself is Aravinda Lochana. Feminine gender to Aravinda Lochana is Aravinda Lochana. Masculine gender is Aravinda Lochana. Feminine is Aravinda Lochana. The lotus-eyed female is Aravinda Lochana. Karun Thadang Kanni. If you go to Navatirupati Dividation, in Retta Tirupati you will have darshan of Karun Thadang Kanni. Kaidodutha Annal Thodangi Innal Thorum Irundirund Aravinda Lochana Yennenne Naindirangume is Nammalvar's Tiruvazhmozhi Pasam. Karun Thadang Kanni. The black-hued girl is Nammalvar Parankushanayaki herself. So here we are talking about Mahalakshmi, Kantadrite, Aravinda Lochana Manakanta. Aravinda Lochana is Bhagavan who is lotus-eyed. Lotus eyes is an emblem. In fact, it's an identity to Brahma. Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad says that Tasayatha Kapyasam Pundarikam Eva Makshini. Kapyasam Pundarikam Eva Makshini. Bhagavan's two eyes can be equated to blossomed two lotuses. Kapyasam Pundarikam Eva Akshini. Akshini. So Bhagavan's lotus eyes are so glorious, whereas he is now expecting Pirati to glance. So Alavandar says Aravinda Lochana himself is too glorious. Aravinda Lochana Manakanta. She is Kanta to Aravinda Lochana Manaha. Why she is so intimate to Bhagavan? As he expects her to glance, to begin creation. If Bhagavan had to begin creation, it is only after the kataksham of Lakshmi. Shreyo Nahyaravinda Lochana Manaha Kanta Prasadadrite. But for your kataksham, Bhagavan would not have started creating this universe. Kanta Prasadadrite. Rite, Samsriti, Akshara, Vaishnavadhasu, Sambhavyate Karhichit. These are the three Purusharthas which are commonly talked of. Aishwaryam, which is Samsriti, Akshara, Vaishnavadhasu. Aksharam is Kaivalyam, Vaishnavadvasu, that is Vaikundam. The first one is Samskriti, wealth. Aishwarya, Kaivalya, Paramavada. These three are the Purusharthams. Any human being requests for these three, either of these three. One is Aishwaryanubhava, enjoying material wealth. Second is Kaivalyanubhava, an Atma enjoying oneself. Third is Vaikunthanubhava, reaching Vaikuntham and in spiritual union, Samyapatti with Bhagavan. Samsriti, Akshara, Vaishnavadvasu, Sambhavyate, Tarhichit. You cannot have either of these three but for the glances and mercy of Lakshmi. So for creation, it is Lakshmi who grants. And for me getting the benefits of Aishwaryam, Kaivalyam or Mukti, it is again Lakshmi who glances. Now this does not mean that Lakshmi creates on her own. She does not do that. It is only Narayana who creates. The reason is, Shastras tell that only Brahman creates. Brahman is Trividha Karana, Upadana Karana, Nimitta Karana and Sahakari Karana. Brahman is the material cause to creation. Brahman is the instrumental cause. It is also the helping cause. It is Upadana, Nimitta and Sahakari Karana. Bhagavan expects the approval from Mahalakshmi. Once Bhagavan completes the creation, will he not feel tired? Such a big job. நமக்கு இங்கே நகர்த்தி இங்கே போடுங்கிறதுக்குள்ளேயே நெத்தி வியர்வை நிலத்தில் சென்ற உழைத்தார்னு ஆரம்பிச்சோம். அவ்வளோ கட்டமாக இருக்கு வேலை செய்யுது. பகவான் will after creation, will he not feel tired? He never feels tired. The moment he looks and Mahalakshmi glances at him, approving the good job, applauding the good job of creation, Bhagavan is so satisfied. And now that he has reaped the benefits, he has been rewarded by the glance of Mahalakshmi. Parashara Bhattara says that Bhrubhangaha Pramanam Yat Bhrubhanga Pramanam Sthirarachara Rachana Taratamye Muradehe Nama Sriranganayakai Yat Bhruvibhrama Bhedataha Bhruvibhrama Bhedataha. Just by the glance of Mahalakshmi, her eyebrows, Mahalakshmi lifts her eyebrows, Bhagavan creates. Mahalakshmi puts down her eyebrows, again Bhagavan creates. Mahalakshmi neither raises nor puts down her eyebrows, Bhagavan creates. But there is a difference between the three. If she raises her eyebrows, he creates all devas. அவர் தன்னுடைய ஐப்ரோ குறைச்சா நம்மாட்ட மட்டமாக படைச்சுடுவார். அவர் தூக்காம இறக்காம இருந்திருந்தா நடுவா இருக்கிறவாளை படைச்சுடுவார். நம ஸ்ரீரங்க நாயக்கை யத் ப்ரூவி பிரமபேததா. So the difference in creation is dependent on the difference in the eyebrow of Mahalakshmi. Yat Bhrubhangaha Pramanam Sthirachara Rachana or Namah Shri Ranga Nayakke Yat Bhruvibhrama Bhedataha. Isha Ishitavya Vaishamya. Someone is a master and there are servants to him. Where is this difference? Why did this difference creep in? Because of the difference in the eyebrow. Because of that, someone was a master and the others were his servants. Yat Bhruvi Brahma Vedataha Isheshitavya Vaishamya Nimnonnatam Idam Jagat. So this third shloka talks about the role of Mahalakshmi in creation. There is one saying which our Purvacharyas have written. When a bride and bridegroom get married, there is a promise taken. Here, Gribhnamite Suprajastvaya Hastam, I hold your hand. For what? Avancha Prajascha Utpaditavyaha. I marry you. Now I am wedded to you. We will do all dharma karyams and also create new children. We will give birth to new children. Birth of children and also conduct dharma karyas. These two are the objectives of a wedding. When Bhagavan and Mahalakshmi together got wedded, not that on a day, but they are wedded eternally. When they got wedded, they took the same promise, Prajascha Utpaditavyaha, we will create this entire universe. And that is how Bhagavan takes a promise to create. He transforms, he undergoes a change and creates this universe. Once the creation job is over, once the process is over, he looks at Mahalakshmi and she applauds the good job of Vishnu. He is so happy. Kritonjalihi, Sathayante Kritonjalihi. By her glance, Bhagavan fulfills. He comes to a conclusion. Yes, I have successfully completed creation. But for her glance, or her applaud, Bhagavan would not be satisfied at all. This is the role played by Mahalakshmi in Jagat Karana. Ishat tvat karuna nirikshana sudha sandhukshana drakshate nashtam prak tadalabhatas tribhuvanas sampratyanantodayam Shreyona Kyaravindalochana Kanta Prasadadrite Samsrityakshara Vaishnavadvasu Nrunam Sambhavyate Kargichit. Bhagavan and Pirati are so intimate that Alvar sings that in Tiruvayamudi Unakkerkum Kolamalarpavai Kanbahiya Yen Anbeyo. You two are so made for each other, if I can say so. Both of you are so much made for each other that if I see at you, only she can match you. If I look at her, only you can match her. Hanuman, a Naishtika Brahmachari, confirms this. He says, Tullashila Vayovrittam, Tulyabhijana Lakshana, Raghavorkati Vaidekim, Tanchayam Asitekshana, Tullashila Vayovrittam. In the age, conduct, in the kula, and in everything, in every aspect, Mahalakshmi and Sriman Narayana are equal to each other. They are made for each other. Who have darshan of Ranganachiyar and Ranganayaka, they are made for each other. Alanmel Mangatayar and Srinivasa, yes, no one can replace them. Kanchi Deva Perumal and Perundevitayar, they are made for them. Similarly, Yadugiri Nachiyar and Itiraja Sampat Kumara, for them. Brindar and Nivasa, Parsardi Perumal and Rukmani, for them. No one can replace. Can you think of one Tayar with another Perumal? You cannot. So they are made for one and the other. Tullashila Vayovrittam, Tulyabhijana Lakshana, Raghavorkati Vaidehim, Tanchayam Asitekshana. Let me conclude with the last verse. We still have 10-15 minutes left. We come to the last verse where he says, Shantananta Mahavibhudi Paramam Yad Brahma Rupam Harehe Murtam Brahma Tatopi Tat Priyataram Rupam Yad Atyadbhutam Yanyanyani Yatha Sukham Viharato Rupani Sarvani Tani Aguhu Svaihi Anurupa Rupa Vibhavaihi Gadhopa Gudhanite. O Mahalakshmi, you are inseparable from Bhagavan in any form. Be it the Swarupam of Bhagavan, Rupam of Bhagavan, his Vaikuntha Rupam, or the Rupam in the ocean of milk, or the Rupam in incarnations, in Vibhavavatara, or in temples, wherever he resides, you are inseparable from him. As you are inseparable, my service is to both of you. So the last shloka talks about prapyatvam. Service is to them together. Service not alone to Bhagavan, not separately to Mahalakshmi. Service is together to them. I quoted a verse from Valmiki Ramayana where Lakshmana pleased to Sita and Rama that he would like to serve them forever, both of them together. That is the meaning of this verse too. Shanta, Ananda, Mahavibhuti, Paramam, Yad Brahma Rupam Harehe. Hari Swarupa, the essential nature of Hari, Vishnu, is explained in this sentence. Shanta, Ananda, Mahavibhuti, Paramam. Shanta, Shadurmigal illada, that is devoid of Shadurmi. There are 6 deficiencies. They are known as Shadurmis. They are Pipasa, thirst, hunger, Ashanaya, Pipasa, Shoka, Moha, Jara, Mriti. These 6 are the deficiencies. Ashanaya, Pipasa, hunger and thirst. Shoka, Moha, pain, confusion. Shoka, Moha. Mriti is Maranam, death. Jara, old age. Old age, death, Shoka, Moha, Pipasa, Ashanaya. These 6 are our common deficiencies. Shanta, one whose Swarupam is devoid of all these deficiencies, is Narayana. So his Swarupam has no deficiency, as we all have these deficiencies. There are 6 other problems. 1 6 is this Shadurmi. There is another 6. Asti, Jayate, Parinamate, Vivardhate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati. These are 6 different stages of deterioration. Asti, matter exists. Jayate, it's born. Parinamate, it undergoes change. Vivardhate, it grows, it swells. Apakshiyate, it deteriorates. Vinashyati, it's dead, it's gone. So asti jayate parinamate, vivardhate apakshiyate vinashyati. These are 6 deficiencies with anything. Bhagavan is devoid of all these 6. What do we call him then? Asti, asti, asti. He exists, he exists, he exists. He is never born, he never grows, he never diminishes, he is never dead. Asti, asannevasa bhavati, asti brahmeti chedveda, santamenantato vidurudi. So we will all realize Brahman as asti, asti, asti. Whether you call Ulan or Ulan Alan, you can only establish that Bhagavan is Ulan. Nammadvar in Thiruvaimozhi says this, Ulanenil Ulan, avan uruvami vuruvugal. Ulan Alanenil, avan aruvami vuruvugal. Ulanana yelanana ivaguna mudamayil, Ulan, iru tahamayod odivilan parande. If you say Asti, yes, he is, then you confirm he is. If you say he is not, then also you establish that he is. Am I blabbering? Not so. You say he is, then he is. You say he is not, even then he is. Alva says, whether you use the word asti or nasti, you can only establish that he is. That asti. You cannot establish nasti. If I say that this recorder asti is here, it means it is here. If I say this recorder is nasti, this recorder is not here, the moment I mention not here, immediately there are 3 questions that spring up. The questions are: 1. If it is not, when you said not here, when you said recorder is not here, recorder is not there, then are you telling that there is no recorder in this world? No. I said that it is not here, it is somewhere else. I might have said that it is not now at 8:30, but it was at 7:30. Or there is no recorder, but there is a book. So when I mention about a recorder, then there are 3 different questions. Whenever I say something is not there, immediately it is either not in that form, not there, not then. Immediately you come to a conclusion that it is there, but probably not in that place, not in that time, or not in that form. That can never establish a fact, the non-existence of that matter itself. That will not be. I wanted a ladder. I was painting my house. I wanted a ladder, I didn't have. I told my painter to fetch a ladder from my neighbor. My painter went to the neighbor. He requested him to give a ladder. Painter by neighbor denied. There is no ladder. Painter said, it seems there is no ladder in this world. That's not the case. There is no ladder because my neighbor is my enemy. So he confirmed, there is no ladder to be lent to you. I never said I don't have a ladder. I am not willing to give a ladder to you. So when he said that there is no ladder, it establishes that there is a ladder and that ladder is not available to you. When I say Bhagavan Asti, it establishes his existence. When I say Nasti, what will that mean? Probably not today, probably not here, probably not in this form. But unfortunately, these three terms cannot be applied to Brahman. When I say not here, recorder can be here and not here. But since Brahman is omnipresent, he is everywhere, I can't use the term here and not here. When I say that the record is here now it is here. After half an hour it would not be here. Can we term the same to Brahman? Since he is Nitya, eternal, I cannot say he was yesterday but not today. The second term cannot be applied to him. Thirdly, this is in the form of a record player. Probably a record player is not here, but a book form is here. Brahman can take any form. He is present in every other form. So I cannot even limit him with the form. This is Desha, Kala, Vastu, Paricheda, Rahityam. He cannot be limited by the barriers of Desha, Kala or Vastu. Bhagavan is beyond all these limits, beyond all these barriers. Whenever I establish him as Udan, he is Udan. Asti. Na asti. Na asti. also establishes asti, ulam. Ennama ulam? இங்கில்லை, இப்போதில்லை, இப்படி இல்லை அப்படின்னு வேணா சொல்லலாமே தவிர இல்லைன்னே ஆகாது. யூ டேக் அனதர் எக்ஸாம்பிள், சசசிருங்கம், தட் இஸ் த ஹார்ன் ஆஃப் அ ராபிட் அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு கிடையாது. குதிரை கொம்பு உண்டா? குதிரைக்கு கொம்பு இல்லை. அப்ப குதிரை கொம்பு இல்லை அப்படின்னு நான் சொன்னேன்னா அங்கேயும் யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. குதிரை கொம்பு இல்லைன்னா குதிரை இல்லைன்னா சொல்றேன், இல்ல கொம்பு இல்லைன்னு சொல்றேன்னா? குதிரைக்கு கொம்பு இல்லைங்கிறேன். நான் குதிரை கொம்பு இல்லைன்னு செய்வே, குதிரை இருக்கு கொம்பு இருக்குன்னு ஆயிடுது. எதை இல்லைன்னு லோகத்துல சொல்ல போனாலும் இருக்குன்னு தான் ஆகும். இல்லைன்னு ஒன்னு எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்றதுக்கே முடியாது. whenever you mention anything, even if you negate that, you will have to accept a part of it and then only negate it. Something that is totally non-existent cannot be negated at all. For example, there are many atheists, nastikas, who blame Bhagavan. கிருஷ்ணர் திருடினார், பொய் சொன்னார், 16,000 பேரை கல்யாணம் பண்ணார். எவ்வளவு நாஸ்திகள்லாம் சொல்றாரு. Nastikas find fault with Krishna that he is a liar, he is a robber, he married 16,108 girls. True. Do you accept Krishna and blame him, or you do not accept Krishna but still blame him? If I don't accept Krishna, I cannot blame him at all. Whom to blame then? Even at least for that I will have to accept his existence. I accept. If I accept, what is the source of knowledge to accept and establish him? You need a source of knowledge. Did you see Krishna? No. Did you listen to him? No. No, I learned from the Vedas. The Vedas said Bhagavan exists. I accept it. As per the Veda, he exists. I exist. Now I blame. Now I find fault. Unfortunately, you cannot. If you have relied on a particular source to establish a fact, then you will have to rely on the same source to establish all the attribute of that facts. You don't have another source left. The only source is Veda. You learned Bhagavan's existence from Vedas. Then you cannot go against the Vedas to establish any other fact around him. You will have to go by the same source. Vedas never blame him. They only glorify him. அதனால நாஸ்திகால் வாதம் எடுபடவே எடுபடாது. அவன் பேசிட்டே இருக்கலாமே தவிர யாரான்னு பேசினா கேளுங்க. நீ பெருமாளை உண்டுன்னு ஒருத்தனுட்டு குத்தம் சொல்றியா, இல்ல இல்லேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு தப்பு சொல்றியா? இல்லேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொன்னா வழியே இல்லை, இல்லாதவருக்கு குத்தம் வேறையா? ஆளே இல்லை, அப்புறம் யாரு குத்தம் சொல்ல சொல்லு? அப்ப அது நடக்காது. இல்ல இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, நான் இருக்குன்னு எப்படி தெரியுண்டே? வேதத்துல இருந்து. வேதம் அவனை நல்லவன்னு சொல்றது, கெட்டவன்னு சொல்லல. அதனால ரெண்டு விதத்திலையும் பேசவே முடியாது போடும். உளனெனில் உளன் அவன் உருவமிவ்வுருவுகள், உளன் அலனெனில் அவன் அருவமிவ்வுருவுகள், உளனென இளனென இவகுணம் உடமையில் உளன் இரு தகமையோடு ஒழிவிலன் பரந்தே. Now here, Shanta, so he is the one who is devoid of all these 6 deficiencies. Ananda, Bhagavan's identity is Anandamayatvam. Anando Brahme Divyajanat. What is Ananda? Anukula Jnana is Ananda. If I get an information that my son has passed out with flying colors, it's Anukula Jnana, I feel very happy. But if I feel that he has got only 35 marks, it is Pratikula Jnana, my life is miserable. Alva Anukula Jnana marna Anandam. Pratikula Jnana is Dukkham. So don't try to find Anandam and Dukkham. They are nothing but Anukula Jnana and Pratikula Jnana. If there is an earthquake, one of my friends has visited that place. I now don't know his status. Whether he is stuck, he is also caught in the earthquake or not. Suddenly he rang me. There was a phone call. He said, don't worry friend, I am safe. This is Anukula Jnana. I feel Ananda. The moment I get a call that he is gone, it is Pratikula Jnana, it is Dukkham. Anukula Jnanam is Anandam, Pratikula Jnanam is Dukkham. Bhagavan is full of Anukula Jnana, so he is full of Ananda. He is Anandamaya. That's the reason when we meditate on him, we get charged by his Ananda. நம்ம எதையானும் பத்தி தப்பா மெடிடேட் பண்ணோம், அங்க இருக்கிற துக்கம் நம்மள பிடிச்சுடும். இது ஏற்கனவே நமக்கு இருக்கிற துக்கமே போறல, இன்னும் எதையான பத்தி நினைச்சு வேற நம்மள துக்கம் பிடிச்சு கொடுத்துனா. அதனாலதான் ஆனந்தமயமான பிரம்மத்தை தான் தியானிக்கணும். Meditating on the Anandamaya Brahma, we also get blessed with that same Ananda. Anando Brahme Divyajanat. Anandamaya, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamayam, Anandamayam, Atma me Shuddhantam, Jyotiraham Viraja Vipapma Bhuyasad Guswaha. There is an Upanishadic verse. It says Bhagavan is Anandamaya. Shanta, Ananda, Mahavibhuti. He is Vibhu, omnipresent. He is present in every little place, in every little organisms. Antar Bahishcha Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Sthitaha. He embraces everything. He permeates. Antaha Bahishcha Tat Sarvam Vyapya. Bhagavan's Vyapti is when he permeates. Vyapya Tat Sarvam Narayana Sthita. Within every simple, every small object, even inside an atom, even inside an Atma, he is found dwelling happily. Without any restriction he dwells. That is known as Mahavibhuti. Shanta, Ananda, Mahavibhuti, Paramam is the most supreme. No one to surpass him. Mahavibhuti Paramam Yad Brahmarupam Harehe. So that Brahman's Rupam is Swarupam. These are the essential nature. This is the essential nature of Paramatma. Shanta, Ananda, Mahavibhuti, Paramam. Yad Brahmarupam Harehe. But Alvar say, more than his Swarupam, we are absorbed by his Rupam. I told you about his Swarupam, his essential nature, but you cannot see his Swarupam. Bhagavan's essential nature is something which we can't see. Can you see Kopam? I can see a Kopitta, but I cannot see a Kopam. Can you see compassion? I can see a person who is full of compassion, but I can see compassion. I cannot see compassion. ஒருத்தர் ரொம்ப கோபமாக இருந்தாங்க, சாமி அந்த கோபத்தை மட்டும் வாங்கிட்டு வருது. அது எப்படி வாங்கிட்டு அவருக்கு அவரை வேணா கூட்டின்னு வரலாமே, இது ஒரு கோபத்தை தனியாக வாங்கிட முடியாது. அவர் ரொம்ப கருணையோடு இருந்தார். நான் அந்த கருணையை மட்டும் கொடுன்னு கேட்டேன், ஆனால் அவரே வருவார்னா அப்போ கருணை மட்டும் வராது, பக்தி மட்டும் வராது, கோபம் மட்டும் வராது. கோபத்தை இருக்கிறவரை தான் நம்ம பார்க்க முடியும், பக்திமானத்தான் பார்க்க முடியும். I cannot see any quality. I can only see a person along with the quality. So quality does not exist separately. It is always inseparable from a person, from a Vyakti. Now here, Swarupam cannot be sighted. It is Adrishtam. We cannot see Bhagavan's Swarupam. Whereas that Swarupam, sporting that Swarupam, his Rupam is seeable. There are so many places where he resides, in his reclining, in his standing, in his sitting posture. Yattana kolu polam Vaikunthe Pareloke Shriyasathan Jagatpati Aste Vittu Rachintyaksha Bhaktaihi Bhagavataihi Saha Neela Toyadamadhyastha Vidyullekeva Bhaswara is as dark as a cloud. Bhagavan is a dark cloud. He is the dark blue sea. He Alvar enna pasharam patra Neela Toyadamadhyastha Vidyullekeva Bhaswara. It seems Bhagavan is like a dark cloud and Mahalakshmi is like lightning in that cloud. Mahalakshmi is the lightning, Bhagavan is the dark cloud. He is Muhilvannan, Meghavannan, Ghanashyam. Ghanashyam. Padaka North India lala Ghanashyam peruchupa. Ghanashyamna as dark as a cloud. Meghavannan, Muhilvannan artham. Appo Muhilvanna taguvado. Alva Bosharatra Muhilvanna Minnuma Madadavalu. Meghavannanu padra. Appo Meghavannam nishana vannam irke. There is a Rupam. It's not that Bhagavan is Arupa. Arupa is also one of his Rupams. He has many Rupams, countless Rupams. Arupam is also one Rupam out of the many. The same Rupam, Upanishad says that Neela Toyadamadhyastha Tasya Bhasa Sarvavidam Vibhati Ya Eshontaraditye Hiranmaya Purusho Drishyate Apranakhat Sarvayeva Suvarnaha. From his toe to his head to toe, he is hued, he is golden hue, he is of a blue hue. Neela Toyadamadhyastha Vidyulleke Apranakhat Sarvayeva Suvarnaha Hiranyasmashruhu. He is sporting a golden mustache. Hiranyasmashruhu. Hiranyakesha, golden hair, flowing golden hair. Probably he belonged to this country. Adhanallan Shavache, Vabde Neela, O Hiranyasmashruhu, Hiranyakesha. Hiranyakeshamna Karupana Mayirudam Bhagavan. Yattanadathile Karungudal Cholra. Not that Kesha Pasha is always dark. Inge Tangam is one of the Karnas Prakaniyatva. It is so much respectable. It's looking so good. That does not mean the complexion is golden. He is always of dark complexion. It means it is so lustrous as a gold. It is as brilliant as a gold. Neela Toyadamadhyastha Apranaghat Sarvayeva Suvarna Hiranyasmashruhu Hiranyakesha Tasya Bhasa Sarvidam Vibhati. Upanishad talk of his eyes. They talk of his height. They talk of his flowing hair. they talk of his mustache. So he has such a great form. Alavandar says his form is more absorbing than his Swarupam. Rupam is absorbing than his Swarupam. Second line talks about that. Murtam Brahma Tatopi Tat Priyataram. Murtam Brahma, such a big dravya, such a big form. Murtam Brahma Tatopi Tat Priyataram. It is more absorbing, it's more appealing than Swarupam. Tatopi Tat Priyataram Yat Rupam Yad Atyadbhuta, charming form of Bhagavan. Now that he has completed Swarupam, and next he has completed about Rupam, then the third, Yan Yanyani Yathasukam Viharataha Rupani Gadopalhadi. Yan Yanyani Yathasukam Viharataha Anyani Rupani. His Rupams are in many forms. One, in Vaikuntha. Secondly, in Kshirabdhi. Thirdly, all the incarnations Vibhavavatara. Fourthly, where he resides in our heart. Antaryami, Harda Rupa. Lastly, in all Archavatara Divyadesha, the deity form. Yan Yanyani. So whenever you take a form, be it Rama or Krishna or Varaha or a deity form, Yan Yanyani Yatha Sukham Viharataha Rupani Sarvani Tani. All those forms, Swarupa, Rupa, and all the forms, Sarvani Tanyahu Swaihi Anurupa Rupa Vibhavaihi Gadhopa Gudhani Te Gadha Upagudhani. You embrace him in all his forms. Whenever he takes birth, you follow him. Raghavatve Abhavat Sita Rukmini Krishna Janmani. Bhagavan and Pirati are never separated. In Vishnu Purana, Parashara Maharishi tells this in one shloka. He says, Bhagavan Nityanapayini Niravadyam Devadeva Divya Mahishim Akira Jagan Mataram Nityanapayini. Nityanapayini is Apayam, separation. Anapayam, not separated. Nityanapayam, eternally not separated. Eternally inseparable. Nityanapayini Niravadyam Devatve Devadeheyam. If Bhagavan is born as a human being, she too is born as a human. If he takes the form of a Deva, she is Devi. If he is a big boar, she is also a Varaha. So whenever he descends, you follow him. If he is found in my heart, you follow him. Wherever he is, you embrace him completely. Gada upagudhanite tandrishtva shatruhantaram maharshinam sukhavaham babhuva grishta vaidehi bhartaram parishasvaje. When Bhagavan was victorious, killing all the 14,000 demons in Janasthana, citing that, seeing Rama, Sita came running and she hugged her, embraced him. அந்த நிலையை பார்க்கறச்சவே பிராட்டி பெருமாள் ரெண்டு பேரும் அணைச்சிட்டு நிற்கிறாளோ இல்லையோ. காடோபகூடானிதே, யூ எம்ப்ரேஸ் him in all his forms. யான்யன்யானி யதாசுகம் விகரதோ ரூபாணி சர்வாணி தான்யாகு ஸ்வைஹி அனுரூப ரூப விபவைஹி. In all aspects you are equal to him, and finally you are found always inseparable from him. So to this duo, to these two people, Mithuna, I perform all service. The fourth shloka is begging, pleading for service to both of them. First shloka, it talked about the supremacy, the greatness, paratvam of Mahalakshmi. Second shloka, how she performs the job of a mediator, Purushakaratva. Third, her significant role in Jagatkaranam, when this universe got created. Lastly, that they are the Purusharthas. We serve both of them together. Thus, Alavanda Yamunacharya he narrated as simple as possible the greatness and simplicity of Mahalakshmi. One thing is for sure. Dvaya Mahamantram talks about Mahalakshmi and the procedure to surrender. Whenever we surrender to Bhagavan, first to Mahalakshmi and she mediates, then to Bhagavan, he grants moksham. Mahalakshmi mediates, Bhagavan grants moksham. So Bhagavan is Upaya, the means to moksham. She is the Purushakara, one who kindles the compassion of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, although full of compassion, he is hidden. He is shadowed by his anger. Looking at our sins, he is so angry, furious. Mahalakshmi consoles him. She subdues. Bhagavan accepts as she has recommended. இந்த ரெண்டு பேர் சேர்ந்து செங்கண் திருமுகத்து செல்வ திருமால். They bless and bless eternally. Lakshmyasaha Rishikesha. Whenever Bhagavan saves us, protects us, it is only in company of Mahalakshmi. You flip through the pages of Ramayana, right from Balakanda to Yuddhakanda, whenever Rama punishes or kills anybody, Sita would not be by the side of him. Whenever Sita was found with Rama, he would have pardoned the other person. இது எங்க வேணா நீங்க பார்த்துக்கலாம். All through Ramayana, Rama is a punisher without Sita. Rama is a wish granter with Sita. So we prostrate to Sita, plead her, and she is well residing here in Mahalakshmi temple. Nitya, you have the opportunity of having their darshan. Again, on behalf of the temple, on behalf of everyone, let us all plead to Mahalakshmi and Venkatesha Perumal to bless us, to give us the confidence that Bhagavan will never fail, will never leave me in the lurch. My Sharanagati and His grace will never fail. With these words, let me conclude today's session. My sincere thanks to the temple authorities who gave us this opportunity today and all the volunteers who have made this possible. Thank you.